Wherever you are, I am Susi Hately. We are here for some shoulders and some hips, because you know how the shoulders can impact everything down the chain this way. Hips can impact so much down here. Both can impact all the way through. So we're going to use this practice with the chair to support you to feel more free and more mobile. All right, so here we go. To begin with, let's just settle into a really easy inhale and exhale. And just notice where you are in your space, what brought you to the mat, what's driving you in the practice today, how tuned in are you or not. And then from here, let's just begin by taking a really gentle side bend. So feeling your sitting bones both on the chair, both sitting bones, even though we're leaning over to one side. And then come back up here and then lean over the other side. So again, we're keeping the pelvis easy on the ground here, on the chair. And then we're going back the other way. And just really, really simple. You can take your hands to the side of your ribs. And as you come over to this side, feel yourself being able to breathe into this side of the ribs. And then coming on over and doing the same thing, breathing over into this side of the ribs. You can still feel your sitting bone on the chair. Okay, good. And then from here, you're just going to take those arms and bring them forward as you round. So it's going to look a little like this. And then you're going to take the arms behind you, a little like this. Awesome. Okay, now coming from here. We're going to take that ankle up onto the knee. And really simple, keep your nose and your breastbone connected here and just lean forward. So you're leaning forward, try not to round forward, but just to lean forward. And then coming back up. Other side. Now I'm coming off to an angle so you can see more clearly what's happening through my pelvis and my hips. I'm not like holding my ribs up. I'm just simply noticing myself moving through here, trying not to round, going just as easy and as comfortably as you can in this direction. Really good. And then coming back up. Okay, now from here, a little bit of a twist. So taking the palms together, bring them to underneath your chin, and slowly take yourself into a twist. And the reason why I have my hands underneath my chin is so that my chin doesn't lead the way. Yeah? So often when we have issues in our shoulders and our hips, we can compensate when things don't move as well, and then we'll lead here, we'll try and get around, but then we think we're going somewhere and we're actually staying where we are. So this helps us really tune into what the rib cage is doing one way and then the other way. Really, really easy breath. Okay, now let's add the arms. So now the arms are going to come out like this. You're going to come this way. This back shoulder blade is going to retract, pull towards the spine. Front shoulder blade is going to protract, move away from the spine. Okay, and then come in back, and then rotate. Okay, this front one protracts, so the blade comes away from the spine, and the back one retracts, coming towards the spine. So we're now getting a little bit more work with the shoulder blades coming back and protracting the front shoulder blade. Good, and then back over this way, rotate, protract the front, retract. Seeing if you can keep your pelvis relatively quiet here. Really good. And then coming on back. Okay, now just for fun, let's take you into a side bend again. Notice what the side bend feels like. Good, and then here, does it feel any different coming through that sitting bone? Does it feel any different through the sides of your body? Okay, good, and then coming back up. All right, lovely. Now we're gonna come up to standing, so come on up, and we're gonna take the chair now, and we're gonna continue the twisting idea. So bringing one foot up onto the chair, palms come together, and we're gonna do the twist again. But this time, the pelvis is gonna stay quiet as the torso rotates. Okay, pelvis stays quiet as the torso rotates. So remember that rotating is the action of the obliques, right? So the rib cage is moving because of the obliques. The pelvis can stay quiet, and then we can retract that back shoulder blade, protract that front shoulder blade. You can even take this arm up if you'd like. Good, and then come in on back, right? Okay, now let's go to the other side. So we have the foot coming up. And again, we're allowing ourselves just to rotate that rib cage. Rotate the rib cage. Obliques is generating that movement. And you don't have to like squeeze your obliques to do it. When you think about moving that rib cage, when we keep that pelvis quiet, those obliques will have a better chance of kicking in. Yeah, so then bringing those fingers underneath your chin and bringing yourself into that twist. It's so interesting, you know, when we are thinking about our movement and what drives our movement. So we're going to retract that back shoulder blade, protract that front shoulder blade. You can rest the hands down. You can even rest this arm out here. So interesting when we have something driving our movement. And then what that does to our ability to feel ourselves moving, right? Our ability to interocept, but also perceive our body in space. Really good. Okay, and then come on back. Lovely. And then now, just stand for a moment and notice what it is that you're experiencing here. We've done a little bit up through the shoulders, a little bit through the abdomen, a tiny bit through the hips. So now we're going to bring this leg on up. You can just kind of see where we're about to go here. It looks a little like a warrior two. So feel your feet for first off. We haven't done that yet. Feel the center of the heel, the ball of the foot, and the base of the pinky toe on both feet. And then start to move yourself forward and back, meaning this forward and back. So you're moving through the knee, you're moving through the ankle, you're moving through the hips. And you're also here. You're generating this movement by bending this knee to start with. Yeah? Okay. Now think about generating the movement from this back hip. So you're pushing with the back leg to come forward. So now this leg comes a bit more passive, if I could say it that way. This side drives the movement. So you're not having to like dig in and do it, but just think about generating that by pushing the foot a little bit and then leading with this hip coming forward. There you go. Okay, good. Lovely. All right, now come over to the other side. Same thing. So we're just going to move one direction and then back. Move one direction and back. Move one direction and back. Okay, and then think about pushing with this leg. Pushing. The chair's making all sorts of funny sounds. Pushing. And pushing. There you go. Good. Okay, now here. All right, now notice what you're feeling. Center of the heel, ball of the foot, base of the pinky toe, feeling through your legs, up to your hips, through the torso and the shoulders. Okay, awesome. So now let's turn the chair around. We're going to place the hands on the chair, and we're going to bring ourselves back a little bit onto the tabletop. Now you might be more like this, you might even be like this, or you might be like this. And just wherever you are, let your hips move backward. Good. And now what I'd like you to play with, as you're here easily breathing, think about bending an elbow. So you're going to take this elbow and you're going to bend the elbow and then straighten the elbow. Bend the elbow and straighten the elbow. So you're going to connect it to the shoulder blade. So feel the elbow and your shoulder blade. So it's going to look a little like this. Bend the elbow and the shoulder blade starts to move. Yeah, now your shoulder blade might be a bit sticky. So what you'll notice is as you bend the elbow and that blade may or may not move, notice what you might want to do as a result. Like you might end up rotating through your torso because that blade's not moving. And it could just be a matter of feeling that blade and the elbow. Yeah? Feeling that blade and the elbow. And one at a time. Good. And then coming back up. All right, lovely. And come back to your chair. And now feel yourself sitting here. Notice your breathing. All right, and then come down to another side bend. And then coming back up. And then side bend. And then back up. And side bend. Good job. And side bend. Okay. Notice how that felt. Notice what else is present. And then take the ankle up onto the knee here. And just feel what it is that you're feeling here. Did that hip move any differently? As you lean forward, does that feel any different? What are you tuning into now in your body? Back up. And now that you're here, connect in with your inhale and your exhale. Feel how your breath is moving through your body. Now, after this, you might want to go for a walk. You want to do a workout. Whatever you do, just take another few breaths before carrying on with your day. Have a great time, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Take good care.